Steve Wilko Dream May 9, 2012. In my dream there was this guy who was on the Steve Wilko show. He was 33-ish in age and his spouse supposed to have accused him of training their son too early into a man and trying to accomplish his dream through his son. So Steve asked him when he started training his son and he said about 10 years old. And he had a small speech impediment because he's been fighting for so many years. Then later he said 15 years old. Quote. Then Steve Wilko pointed his finger at him and said, "Which is it?" Exclamation point. Quote. This part really reminded me of the real life Steve Wilko. Lol. Then later in the show/dream Steve Wilko disagreed with him about something. Then Steve said, "What would you do if I called you?" And he mumbled something. Then the fighter answered, "I wouldn't do anything because I'm pretty." Quote. The cross-dresser said, "I make a lot of money. I make $100 for everyone in my class and a lot of people are in my class." Quote. A bit later Steve Wilko said, "Let's bring out your spouse." Then his spouse walked out, but to my surprise it was a 6 feet 5 inch tall 280-pound cross-dresser. The fighter was about the same size. Then they argued about how early to train his son, and how he was trying to control his son and make him fight to accomplish his dream. Then Steve Wilko disagreed with the fighter over something but wouldn't get physical with him, because he knew he'd kick his butt, so instead he just did a hand gesture and walked away from him. Then all the crowd behind the fighter guy walked over to Steve Wilko's side like they disagreed with the fighter and agreed with Steve Wilko. Then Steve Wilko said, "Now a commercial break." Quote. Everything faded to black. Then everything faded back to the show and there was some skinny guy 110 pounds with a big giant hat on. He was a lil hip hop guy and he was doing a weird head dance, swaying it from left to right to left in a punky motion and smiling with his lips instead of a big smile. And the rest of the audience was clapping and dancing.